Hello everybody. So I've had a request from Thund3R Skunk, I hope I said that right, to do a care video on Pandinus Imperator, which is the Emperor Scorpion. So this is my Emperor Scorpion here. She actually hasn't been named yet. So, I mean, it'd be cool to see if you guys have any cool suggestions for her, since she hasn't been named. But this is her. I'm almost sure she's female. Let's see. We'll go through things here. Just gonna turn the enclosure a bit. There we go. Yeah, her water dish is kind of dirty. You'll find that the species tends to dig a bit, and when they do, they can get substrate in their water dish. But you do want to clean that out, which I intend to do. So, like, the Emperor Scorpion's a pretty large and impressive, hardy scorpion. They're native to the tropical zones of Africa, often in the wild. They're caught in Ghana and brought overseas to America and North America, I should just say, in general. This species usually lives in a subtropical environment, so you'd say you'd want to keep a moist substrate, but occasionally you can let it dry out, which is fine as well. They do sometimes burrow or dig, but generally they hide under debris, logs, and pieces of wood. As you can see, I have that in my enclosure. What makes this scorpion so popular is its large size and how handleable it is. The Emperor Scorpion generally grows to be around 6 inches in size. Males tend to grow a tiny bit larger. They're medium speed growing, the Emperor Scorpion has a medium growth rate for a scorpion. It's quite fast growing. Generally speaking, the Emperor Scorpion requires a temperature zone range from 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity should be kept around 75 to 80%, and keep in mind that unless yours is quite young, adults should and do require water dish. And I personally have seen my Emperor Scorpion drink from her water dish many occasions. For housing, the Emperor Scorpion can be kept in a 5 to 20 gallon, depending on if you're keeping them communally or if you choose to just keep one individually. So technically my scorpion could be kept in a smaller enclosure than this. I mean, I'm thinking maybe half the size would even be fine for her, but I prefer to keep her in this because she's actually quite active at night. I see her going around, and I almost want to add more to her environment for her to climb around over and stuff, because I do occasionally see her on the sides of the enclosure just trying to climb up the side, so it's like, oh, poor thing. Yeah, so a good substrate would be about 3 to 4 inches of potting soil or peat moss. Yeah, a substrate that holds itself is good, and like hold its shape if they decide to burrow is good. I also mix a tiny bit of sand just to give it that durability, but generally speaking, yeah, potting soil is pretty good. But you want to be careful where you get that from. You don't want there to be any pesticides or fertilizers in it, as it could and most likely would harm your scorpion. Yeah, feeding, I feed my scorpion every few days. Here, let's take a look here. I feed her crickets. What else? I've given her, I give her crickets, I've given her superworms. Generally, I find that, I mean, unless you're lucky, with my personal experience keeping scorpions, it's kind of rare to see them actually catch their food, unless you are a hobbyist that likes to fast their scorpion, so not feed it like more than every I mean, some people only feed their scorpions once a week, which generally is the right thing to do, but for an emperor scorpion, I usually give it like one cricket on a Monday, let's say, and then another cricket on a Saturday or Sunday, and just repeat that cycle over and over. So yeah, I'll feed her right now, and I'm really hoping this is in fact a female. I think I've gotten sexing scorpions down pat, and if she is, she does look quite gravid. I don't feed her that often, and she's always been this large. Some of you might recall my previous video on my Emperor Scorpion, or sorry, the one before that, because my previous video I did explain this. But anyway, I had this cool like rock ledge set up, and she just dug underneath it, and she just stayed there. Like, I'd never see her. It was impossible to make sure she was actually eating, so I had to take it apart. But that went on for a good 2 or 3 weeks, and she lost none of that bulk. So I'm quite confident she is in fact pregnant. Scorpion pregnancy. I don't know too much about their actual breeding habits, so I'm just going to put the camera down while so I got a cricket. Yeah, as I was saying, scorpion pregnancy, when the female is in fact pregnant, it generally takes, yeah, it's kind of interesting, another example of how similar we are to the creatures of our earth. Generally takes a scorpion 9 months before, that would be the gestation period. So let's see if she'll eat here. I just kind of dangle the cricket in tongs, and then she'll just grab it and eat it. Do you want that? Do you like a cricket? Oh. Oh, the cricket got away. What else? Oh, okay, I got it. What also makes this scorpion so ideal as a first scorpion is that it's quite handleable. I have held mine, but I don't recommend you do it just because it is a scorpion. And I mean, if you haven't been stung by a bee, you could be, here, come on, you could have a bad reaction to it. So I wouldn't, oh, there we go. So that's how they eat. Yeah, I wouldn't generally recommend that anyone handle their scorpion too often. I mean, you could try it, but I'm not going to recommend it because there is that small chance you get stung, and I don't want to be responsible for having told someone it's fine to do, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's how they eat. Sometimes if you offer more crickets, they'll hold the other ones in their pincers and just kind of wait till they consume one and then add another one to their mouth. But they're very, very interesting creatures. And I like mine a lot. They're very easy to care for. And yeah, this girl's really nice. See, they're quite docile. I mean, right now I'm fiddling with one with it. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about too. They're docile, but they can be a little pissy at times. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be pissy if you poked around at their body? So, sorry, little girl. Anyway, or big girl I should say. So yeah, hopefully she'll give some babies.